what's up everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another prediction video. This is for UFC Vegas 48. We're going to do a quick recap of UFC 271, and then we'll get right into UFC Vegas 48. Also, representing Big Ben Roethlisberger college jersey for the Super Bowl tonight. I got the Rams tonight at -3, so let's go the Rams. Hope to cash that bet. Let's go over UFC 271 recap. I went 7-1 for plus 7.8 units. Had a huge night. It was awesome. Everything went the way it was supposed to. Finally, nobody broke any elbows, nothing like that. Nobody caught the 1-2 straight down the pipe in 16 seconds like Gabriel. My 7 winning bets were, I took Andre Arlovski at 1.4 units to win 1 unit, and I told everybody Andre was a lock. I mean, it was a little close, but that's how his fights are. Second winning bet, Jared Cannonier, 1.8 units to win 1 unit, and I told anybody that would listen that was my lock of the week, and it was going to be a second round TKO, and that's exactly what happened. Third win, Carlos Ulberg, 2 units to win 1 unit. Boring fight, but he did what he had to do. Fourth bet, big underdog, Jacob Malkoun, 1 unit to win 1.35 units, and that fight went exactly how it went. A little sketchy in the first round. Took over in the second and third. That's exactly how I thought it was going to go. That was perfect. Fifth win was Casey O'Neill, Maxine Grisham parlay. I had 2 units to win 1.85 units, and that was smooth. Split decision for Casey O'Neill fight was ridiculous. I was like, what? Dude, I couldn't even imagine if they would have called Roxanne's name. But sixth win was Kyler Phillips, Ronnie Lawrence, 1.6 units to win 1.25 units. Fights were awesome. Ronnie Lawrence scared, I'm sure, everybody in that third round by getting rocked like that, but held on, got the win. And my 7th win was Casey O'Neill versus Israel Adesanya. I had a Casey O'Neill anchor in 2 of my 3 parlays because I really had a lot of faith in her to come through. And then Izzy, I mean, that fight was terrible, but he came through, got the win. Yeah, so 2.5 units to win 1.9. My only loss was my biggest underdog play of the card. I had Alex Hernandez at 1.5 units to win 2.5, and obviously that didn't work out too well. But so yeah, 7-1 on UFC 271 for plus 7.8 units. So far since doing the videos in September, I'm 63-33 on my bets for plus 40.3 units. And my units are $100 units, so I'm actually up $4,300. And I just wanted to announce it like that because I'm pretty proud to be at 4,000 now. And that's for about like since the end of September, the 25th. So it's not even really like five or 6 months, but I mean, we had like at least a month and a half off from fights. So yeah, we're doing good, and we're going to keep that going on this card. UFC Vegas 48 has lost a lot of fights. It's got 11 fights right now. We lost the main event, which was Rafael Fiziev versus Dos Anjos. It says it's rescheduled. Don't really know what happened there. New main event is Johnny Walker and Jamahal Hill, which, I mean, should be a good fight. I would way rather see Dos Anjos and Fiziev. Yeah, 11 fights. Most of the fights are lower level on this card, so it's really hard to find betting spots on it. Something you really feel comfortable. I'm waiting to see some of the over-unders that come out on probably Tuesday. I'll have them in. I'll have them for my official bets video. So yeah, the 2 good fights I can find on this was Johnny Walker, Jamahal Hill, and then Joaquin Buckley and Abdul, Razak, Alhassan. That should be a banger fight too. But the rest of them are pretty low level guys that you might really not know nothing about. But please like and subscribe to my video, man. I like making these videos. I like when people like and subscribe. Please comment. I like going back and forth with people. I'm at 240 subscribers right now, which is awesome. I'm trying to get to 300 by the end of February. So everybody help me out, man. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll keep winning. Like I said, I haven't done the math on it, but 63 and 33, it's got to be up around 70% winning percentage. So let's do it. Let's do it. All right. First fight on UFC Vegas 48 is in the men's featherweight division. We got Gabriel Benitez versus David Onama. Gabriel Benitez is 22-9. He's currently sitting at plus 135. David Onama is 8-1. He's currently sitting at minus 165. And I want to get into their height and reach real quick. David Onama is huge for a 145er. He's 5'11 with a 74-inch reach, and Gabriel Benitez is 5'8 with a 71-inch reach, so he's going to have 3 inches of height and 3 inches of reach, and that's going to be big for him in this fight. If you watch Gabriel Benitez fight, he's got really good leg kicks, he's got decent boxing, he's got okay wrestling. You're never going to see him use it. He's got pretty active BJJ, but he's got slow. He's getting older too. He's 34 years old, a 34-year-old featherweight, but like I watched in his last fight against Billy Quarantillo, man, he's just slow. He's just slower. He's getting beat to the punch. He got dropped a couple times, beat down, and then submitted. He's going to be fighting a really good up-and-comer, man. David Onama at 8-1. You've seen him. He's actually like 16-1 with his amateur record because he was like 9-0 there. He was like 17-0 going back to amateurs before he stepped up and fought Mason Jones on short notice, like 1 week notice up a weight class, and literally impressed me more than almost any prospect I've seen come into the UFC like that. Held his own. I had a huge bet on Mason Jones and David Onama going into the third round. If he would have had more time to prepare and wouldn't have been gassed out and just, you know, got out wrestled in the third, he could have won that fight easily. David Oyama, very stiff jab. He's got a really good jab. He's got really good wrestling and really good get-up game. I mean, he was getting taken down by Mason Jones, but Mason Jones was way bigger and he just kept getting up. He's consistently throwing punches or working him to clinch. The guy don't stop, man, even on short notice. He's got good cardio, good toughness. If you've seen against Mason Jones, he can throw like 8 punch combinations, just coming forward, a lot of straight punches, really good punches. He's good at switching stances, moves around. The dude's really good. Like, I'm really impressed with this guy. I got David Onama right now. He's at -165. And he was at -125. I tried to go get a bet in on him, and they didn't have his line out at the casino. So I'm gonna go though to the casino tomorrow, and I'm definitely betting on him. So if he's at say -170 by then I'm gonna have, you know, 2.35 units to win 1.5 units on him. So definitely betting David Oyama. I think he's one of my locks for the card. The only way I could see him losing is getting his lead leg chewed up, and but Gabriel Benitez is not that good. He doesn't impress me in any that way, and I haven't even seen him chew up no legs since Justin James. All right, fight number 2 is in the men's heavyweight division. We got Parker Porter versus Alan Budo. Parker Porter's 12-6. He's currently sitting at -250. Alan Budo is 8-2, and he's currently sitting at +195. Parker Porter, he's a good heavyweight. He's like, you know, short, fat. He doesn't look like he's going to be all that powerful. But man, the dude's got really strong leg kicks. He's got huge lower legs. He's got decent striking for a big man. You know, he's kind of slow, but he's got like decent basic striking. Good cardio for a big man. You see him in his fights with like Chase Sherman and Parisian. What was the one dude's name? He's terrible though. That's really 2 of the worst heavyweights in the division. Yeah, he had decent fights with both them guys. He ended up dominating them later in the rounds. But he keeps up a real high pace, and that's going to be important in this fight because Alan Baudot, he's a big dude. He's 6'3", 79-inch reach. He's going to have 3 inches of height and 4 inches of reach. And he's a big dude. He's got really good, like I went back and watched a couple of his fights. He's got real good boxing. He's got real strong leg kicks. He's got a fast jab, fast overhand right. He's got decent takedown defense in the first round. He can't get out of the clinch against the fence. Like, he can just be held against the fence for sure. Nascimento was doing that to him, and he wasn't even trying to get out. But yeah, he's got powerful hooks in both hands, but his problem is he has no gas tank. This is a dude that trains with Cyril Gane, and for that first round, he can strike. He can look real good, kind of like Cyril Gane, but he gasses bad, man. Against Nascimento, I'd have bet on Nascimento. He's beating up Nascimento that whole first round. He came out and was just a whole different fighter in that second. So he could get the early stoppage. I don't really think so. Parker Porter's pretty tough. Chris Daukus stopped him real quick, but he's looked tough in his other fights. But I'm not betting this at all. I'm staying away from it. But I'd like to see the over/under on it for the over, if it's going to be 1.5 or 2.5. I'm sure 1.5 at heavyweight. But give me Parker Porter with the second round TKO. But I'm not betting that fight. Fight number 3 is in the men's lightweight division. We got Jim Miller versus Nicholas Mota. Jim Miller's 33-16. He's currently sitting at +150. Nicholas Mota is 12-3, and he's currently sitting at -180. This is going to be one of the better fights on the card, in my opinion, for sure. Both these dudes are really skilled. Jim Miller, I mean, he's a veteran again. Actually, he's going to have the most fights. If you've seen last night, he's already got the most fights, but he's going to add on to it by an extra fight. He's going to have to be up by 2. Veteran. Crafty, he's got good boxing, he's got good power still in that the first 1.5 rounds. He's got really good wrestling, he's still got the good wrestling, he's got really good BJJ, power striking. The dude's tough, man. He's going to be in there all 3 rounds. He's not really going to be the same fighter after 1.5 rounds, but he's going to be in there, and he's been fighting these up-and-coming prospect guys, man, and really beating them, really whooping them. You've seen his last fight, he was going toe-to-toe, hanging strong, and ended up knocking dude out in the second round. Jason Gonzalez, I believe. or he fought 2 Gonzalez's that he did that. One's Jason Gonzalez, the last one was another one. But yeah, Nicholas Mota, if you watch him, he comes from like a Muay Thai background. Dude's tough, man. He's got pretty good boxing. He's got really good head kicks. He's got good KO power. I've watched him fight in a couple of his fights, like even on the Ultimate Fighter. He did pretty good in that. The dude he fought, he was beating up that whole first round, and then that dude started landing some takedowns on him, and that seems to be a problem for him. When the dude wrestled him for that first round, and by the second round, he was kind of a different fighter. He was easier to take down and just get controlled on the Ultimate Fighter. I've seen it in a couple other fights. He hasn't had to show his takedown defense too much, but the dude's tough, man. The dude hits hard, but he likes to get into firefights. He's got okay wrestling. He's got pretty good get-up game. Even when I did see him get, like I said, in that first round, when he would get taken down, he got up. By the second round, he was just accepting the position. This is going to be one of the best fights on the card. And Jim Miller at an underdog, man, against these up-and-coming guys, I'm going to take that, especially not being able to find that many spots on this card. Jim Miller's plus 150 now. I didn't bet him because I want to see which way the line goes on this, because he could be an even bigger underdog if people go with Mota. But I see Jim Miller really honestly doing a good old-fashioned clubbing sub. Like, I see Nicholas Mota being overconfident, coming in here thinking he's just going to knock out Jim Miller, and I see Jim Miller catching him with something and then getting a clubbing sub. Because even if Jim Miller can get him down in that first round, take a little bit of his steam away, and then come out in the second round, if he comes out in the second round and lands a takedown and gets on top, he's going to finish this fight. And yeah, give me Jim Miller. Like I said, both these dudes are good, but Jim Miller is 5 levels above on the ground, where he's going to be able to compete with Nicholas Mota standing, as long as he don't just get caught on the ground. He's going to be able to dominate. So give me Jim Miller. Give me a club and sub in round 1. If you don't get that, give me a submission in round 2 or 1, because yeah, I really do like in this fight. Plus 150. I'm hoping to get him at like plus 160, 165, but I will be betting Jim Miller. Fight number 4 is in the women's bantamweight division. We got Jessica Rose Clark versus Stephanie Edgar. Jessica Rose Clark is 11-6, and she's currently sitting at minus 195. Stephanie Edgar is 6-2. She's currently sitting at plus 160. And for a girls' fight, this is going to be a scrap, man. Both these girls are really good, really well-rounded. They're both like striking, but would rather wrestle and grapple. And I don't know, Jessica Rose Clark, she's got pretty good boxing, pretty good straight right, like a 1-2 down the pipe. She's got pretty good clinch, pretty good knees. You've seen with Sarah Alpar when she knocked her out in knees, busted her nose and all that. If she does, she's got good takedowns. She's got good wrestling defense, but when she gets her takedown, she don't really work her BJJ. She's not going for her submissions, and she's kind of low output on top. She's not really active. You've seen in her last fight, she was getting stood up. She got stood up a couple times, and she was kind of getting beat up on the feet, so she had to keep going for takedowns. She's got good cardio, though. She's real tough. She's kind of like a basic fighter. Like, she's not great nowhere, but she's gritty and grimy, and she's pretty good everywhere, besides, like, BJJ, it seems like. Stephanie Edgar is 6-2. She's pretty good. She looked really improved in her last fight against Tracy Cortez than from her fights before. She's like long and tall for the division. She's 5'6" with the 68-inch reach. Jessica Rose Clark's 5'5" with the 67-inch reach. She's got like kind of suspect takedown defense, but when she gets to the ground, she's got a really good BJJ. So she likes to use that, work that. She's active with her BJJ, unlike Jessica Rose Clark. She's got decent wrestling herself. When she does go for takedowns, she can get them. She's got really good top control. She's got really good ground and pound. You've seen against Shanna Young, she got elbowed her out in the second round last fight and looked really good. She's got really good cardio. If you watch her fight, this is what really impressed me. I'm actually going to take Stephanie Edgar as an underdog here because I think the line's way off. Like, Jessica Rose Clark's good, but she's not like outstanding where she should really be minus 200 against Stephanie Edgar. Edgar is just as good as her pretty much everywhere. She's got really good cardio. So I like Edgar's real long striking. So I figure if Edgar can, because her striking looked really improved. And if you watch her fight Tracy Cortez, man, they were going back and forth. Like, that was a fight. And Tracy Cortez is really good. I would definitely pick Tracy Cortez over Jessica Rose Clark. Tracy Cortez would probably be minus 200 to Jessica Rose Clark. And Stephanie Edgar was competitive that whole fight. Even hit her with the little up kick that almost knocked her out. So if she's in, and she never stopped. All 3 rounds she was fighting the whole way through. So if she does that against Jessica Rose Clark, then this should be almost a pick'em fight. You know, Jessica Rose Clark might land a takedowns, but might land some takedowns, but I see Edgar having way more active jiu-jitsu and stuff from the ground. And then if Edgar lands her takedowns and gets on top, she's going to be using ground and pound. So give me Stephanie Edgar by decision as another big underdog. Right now she's plus 160. I don't know how the line's going to move on this, so I haven't bet on that yet. But I am going to bet Stephanie Edgar. She's going to be another underdog. Pick of mine. I'm not going to go big like her and Jim Miller. I'll probably just go 1 unit on each of them. But I'm hoping to get them at plus 160, and that's good money. Fight number 5 is in the women's strawweight division. We got Diana Belbita versus Gloria De Paula. Diana Belbita's 14-6. She's currently sitting at minus 115. Gloria De Paula is 5-4. She's currently sitting at minus 115. So we got a pick 'em fight. They size up pretty well. Diana Belbita's got 2 inches of height. She's 5'7", where De Paula's only 5'5". Belbita's got 68 inches of reach. Gloria De Paula's got 67.5. I like this fight. This fight's going to be a back and forth fight, standing up. I think they're pretty equal standing. Belbita's, like I said, she's a little taller and longer. Belbita throws a good jab to a leg kick. Like, she throws a lot of jab, just quick jab leg kicks. She can throw hooks, and she can throw with really good power. You see against Hannah Goldie, she dropped her with a hook and almost knocked her out in the first round. She's pretty aggressive. She's constantly always throwing stuff. She's also got a good 1-2 into a body kick. Like, I was watching a lot of her fights. She's got really good takedown defense. She showed that against Hannah Goldie in the first and second round, and she's even got decent takedowns herself, and that's what I like in this fight. The only problem with her is she's pretty hittable. Like, I've seen it, like Hannah Goldie hit her with like 6 real quick, like front lead head kicks in the first round. So she's gotta work on that. But Gloria De Paula, she's got good Muay Thai and a good Muay Thai clinch, and that's about it. Like, she doesn't have the best takedown defense. She really doesn't have a good ground game. She's got a good straight right, though. She's got a little pop on that. She's got a real fast head kick, and that's the only thing that worries me in this fight. She's got fast hands with decent power, but she's just not very experienced. I mean, she's 5-4, but Diana Belbita's 14-6, so Diana Belbita's got more wins than she has fights. But I'm going to be taking Diana Belbita in this fight. Really, I think they're both going to have about the same striking. Diana Belbita, like I said, is a little longer, and I think she throws more output. But I think Belbita will have the advantage in wrestling. And if it comes to that, she's definitely going to have the advantage in wrestling. And this, like I said, it's a pick'em fight. And it's a girls fight, and it's a kind of low-level girls fight. But Gloria De Paula hasn't really looked very good in the UFC. She got beat by Jin Frey, who's like an atom weight, and she was getting taken down by her with kind of like ease. That's how she lost the fight. And then she got head kicked by Cheyenne Buys in like, 1 minute. It was, I think, exactly 1 minute KO. So give me Diana Belbita by decision. I bet this a little while ago, but I got 1.9 units to win 1.5 units on this, and I like it. Like I said, I think the stand-up should be about even, and Belbita will have the ground advantage and the wrestling advantage, and if she uses that, that's her path to victory, in my opinion. Fight number 6, we have the men's bantamweight division. We have Mario Bautista versus Khalid Taha. Mario Bautista's 8-2. He's currently sitting at minus 125. Khalid Taha is 13-4. He's currently sitting at minus 105. And I like Mario Bautista in this fight. I'm not really impressed with Khalid Taha. Mario Bautista, he's got really good movement and feints when he's striking. He's got a good jab to head kick. Really good flying knees, which I think is going to help in this fight. He's got all good kicks, body, head, legs, everything. Like I said, really good movement. You've seen his Miles Johns fight. He didn't stop moving. Really powerful 1-2 and good takedown defense. And I think that's all going to help him in this fight. He's also 5'9" with the 69-inch reach, where Taha's 5'5" with the 69-inch reach. So that 4 inches of height and reach is going to be a lot in this fight. And like I said, with all them kicks, that height advantage is going to help a lot. So Khalid Taha, he's got explosive. Basically, he's real basic. He's got explosive power. He's slow and plotting. He's got power. He'll throw like a 6-hook combination if he can get you up against the cage. But Bautista doesn't really stop moving. Like, he's got really good movement. Taha has terrible striking defense. He's got like kind of pretty terrible takedown defense, but he's got a good get-up game. That's not going to be important in this fight. He's got good, powerful hooks, like I said, and uppercuts. So Bautista's got to watch out for that, because he actually got caught with a lead uppercut against Trevin Giles in his last fight. So he's just got to watch out for that. Don't get complacent. But Taha only throws with power. He's basically just like a brawler. Like, he's a power puncher. He said when he even got in the UFC like 3 years ago, he wasn't even really training like full time. So I'm taking Mario Bautista by decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if because Taha's pretty tough. But Taha, when he throws punches, he likes to lean his head a whole lot. Even Ronnie Barcelos was hitting with a lot of uppercuts and stuff, the way he was leaning his head. And if he does that against Bautista, Bautista's going to hit him with one of them flying knees, because he'll throw like 4 or 5 flying knees around. I mean, and you seen him against Miles John, he cracked him with it. He cracked Trevin Jones with it too, but he ate it. But yeah, give me Mario Bautista by decision. I got 1.5 units on him to win 1.5. And he's going up. I think he's going to be minus like 160, 170 by the time the fight comes. So you might want to get a little money on him early if you like the way I'm leaning on him. I'm thirsty, boys and girls. Fight number 7 is in the men's featherweight division. We got Chaz Skelly versus Mark Striegl. Chaz Skelly is 18-3. He's currently sitting at minus 220. Mark Striegl is 18-3. He's currently sitting at plus 175. Chaz Skelly is 5'11 with a 73.5 inch reach, where Striegel's 5'8 with a 70 inch reach. So Chaz Skelly's going to have 3 inches of height and 3.5 inches of reach, which is good. I mean, that's going to help him a lot in this fight, because when it's standing, he's going to have the striking advantage by far. Chaz Skelly has good wrestling, great wrestling. He's got good clinch and good clinch strikes. Like, he never stops. He's going to be striking the whole time. A lot of output. He's got really good BJJ, really good scrambling. He's a wrestler, but he comes from a wrestling background, and he's got weird deceptive striking and power. Like, when he strikes, it's weird angles, doesn't look real powerful, but he can hit you and drop you. He's very tough and very scrappy, Chaz the Scrapper Kelly. And my only problem with this is he hasn't fought in 2.5 years. He was supposed to fight Jamahal Emmers, if you remember that. He came out to the ring, he was out there ready to fight, and then Jamahal Emmers had like some type of back spasms or something in the back, so they canceled that fight. But yeah, he's fighting Mark Striegl. Mark Striegl, he's got decent striking. He'll throw some decent leg kicks. He doesn't really seem all that comfortable in it. He's got pretty good wrestling. He's got pretty good BJJ, but he's got no striking defense. If you've seen against Said Nurmagomedov, he dropped him with like a little counter hook and then just pounded him out. I watched him fight in some of his other fights, like his regional type stuff, and from overseas, because he's from overseas. And like, I seen him fight Reese McLaren, who is littler than him and came in on short notice. He's a dude from England. I mean, the dude's scrappy, but he was way littler than Striegl. And he was able to take Striegl down. He was able to hang with him in his jiu-jitsu, strike good with him. He was actually cracking Striegl, and then he was able to choke Striegl out in the 3rd round. So if that's going to happen like that, he showed me no striking defense. And I mean, he's 18-3, but he's a can crusher. I mean, he's been over in like the Philippines and different places, like literally fighting cans. So give me Chaz Skelly all day. Chaz Skelly, he's a beast, man. He's a scrapper. He's a junkyard dog. He's not going to quit. He's going to keep going. He's got the size advantage. He's going to have the wrestling advantage. Every advantage, in my opinion. Give me Chaz Skelly by a 2nd round sub. I haven't bet him yet. I'm thinking about throwing him in a parlay. I'll get to that a little later, but I haven't bet that yet. I might have a better video for my official bets video. I'll know more, because I'm not really feeling like betting a lot of the... I want to bet people straight. I don't want no parlays. There's really no good parlays. That's why I'm still thinking about the other one I'm about to tell you about here in a little bit. But I want to see some of the over-unders, because with low-level stuff, I like to bet the over-unders rather than just the guy, because you never know which one's going to come out and get their little jitters and UFC for their debutantes and all that stuff. So... all right, fight number 9 is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Jesse Strader versus Chad Anhelger. Jesse Strader's 5-2. He's currently sitting at plus 215. Chad Anhelger is 11-5. He's currently sitting at minus 275. Jesse Strader, I watched some of his fights. He actually fought down in Mexico a lot. He fought Marcelo Rojo, who fought last night. The dude's good. He's got like good striking. He throws a lot of these crazy body shots. Like, he will rip to the body. He actually dropped Marcelo. He got beat by Marcelo Rojo, but he actually dropped him and went in for the finish, and then he dropped him with body shots and then went in for the finish and couldn't get it. When he got up, he ended up getting rocked. But his striking actually looks good. Like, he throws hard leg kicks. He's got pretty good striking defense. I know in his first fight against Roosevelt Roberts, it came in on like a week's notice and short notice, and he ended up getting starched in that fight. But or not Roosevelt Roberts. It was against Montel Jackson, who's actually good. He's real good. So he got starched in that. But if you watch his other fights, man, the dude's scrappy. The dude's tough. He's got really good body shots, combinations. Like, he'll rip to the body 3-4 times, then come up to the head. He's got decent BJJ, but he's got terrible clinch defense, man. Marcelo Rojo was killing him in the clinch. He's just got some things he's got to work on. But like I said, the dude's tough, and I like his striking. He's fighting Chad Anhelger. I don't like his name. He's from Canada. It's Anhelger. He's got a good jab. He's got good hooks. He's like a pressure fighter. He's like a patient pressure fighter where he's kind of stalking you, you know, and then would just throw punches. It seems like he gets guys tired just from worrying about what he's doing. He's got good movement, good feints. He's got good uppercuts. He's got really good combinations. Like he'll throw in like 5, 6, 7 punch combinations. And he's got great cardio. This fight, I see it pretty much just being a stand-up fight the whole time. And I'm going to take Chad Anhelger by second round TKO because Jesse Strader does seem a little bit fragile, and he does seem like he has kind of like a gas tank issue. So I'm going to take Anhelger. I'm not confident with him. This is another UFC debutant. You've seen him fight on the Contender Series. They had a pretty close fight on there too. But yeah, I'm going to take Anhelger, but I'm not betting on this fight. I'm not, maybe like the over-under, I'll look at that, but I'm not confident in it, and especially at minus 275, because I could see him getting ripped to the body. I'm telling you, watch out for Strader's body shots. So yeah, I'm staying away from that fight. Fight number, it's going to be like 9 or 10. I'm going to have these mixed up a little bit because I had to tear out some of my pages. This is how I do my stuff, by the way. I don't use the computer or nothing. I write out everything for every fight as I'm watching the fights and doing my research and let you know. So sometimes these fights are going to be out of order, but I will get to them. So the next fight is in the men's middleweight division. We got Joaquin Buckley versus Abdul Razak Alhassan. Buckley is 13-4, currently sitting at minus 145. Alhassan is 11-4. He's currently sitting at plus 115. This is going to be a banger. It's going to be a banger. This is the second best fight on the card, in my opinion. Both these dudes are pretty much the same size. They're both 5'10", except Buckley, he's going to have 3 inches of reach, 76 to Alhassan, 73. Both these guys are pretty self-explanatory, man. They're both explosive, powerful guys. They both throw with knockout power. To me, Buckley throws more. He likes to throw. I mean, he likes to just come in and throw crazy powerful hooks. I mean, he don't even set it up with a jab, and he's pretty good at it. He'll throw like 6-shot combinations. He's got a pretty good clinch. He's got good power. He's got pretty good power or cardio too for the way he fights, which is weird because he's just always throwing power. He actually holds pretty good cardio. He's looked good in some of his fights, and some fights he's looked bad. I mean, he looked decent against Kevin Holland on short notice, but he got knocked out. Then, of course, knocked out Impa Kasagane with that crazy spinning kick. Came back against the Beverly Hills Ninja, looked real good, knocked him out, so he had them 2 good wins in a row. I think he got a little cocky and came out against Di Chirico, got head kicked and put to sleep. So, I mean, you know, he's up and down, but like I said, that's going to happen the way he rushes in with his power shots and all that. And then his last fight, he won against Arroyo. But, man, he was getting, like, I thought he was getting beat that whole fight until he hit him. And Arroyo's not all that good, and he hit him with that shot and ended up stopping him in the third. So, he's good. I feel like he's a little hit or miss. He don't really use his wrestling. Like I said, he's got good defensive wrestling. He's very explosive, and he's got pretty good wrestling if he wants to use it himself. Abdul Razak Alhassan, exact same thing as him, basically. He's very explosive, very powerful. He's a little lower output to me. He's got pretty good wrestling and clinch. He's got a judo, a black belt, so that helps him a lot in his fights. It didn't help him against Malkoun last time when he lost any money. But that wasn't last time. His last time out, he head kicked Di Chirico, knocked him out. So it was like a whole thing. Buckley knocked out Impa with that crazy head kick, and then he got head kicked to sleep by Di Chirico, and then Alhassan head kicked Di Chirico to sleep. So these 3 guys all got something in common. And to be honest, I see it going a little something like that. Like I said, Alhassan is the same as him, very explosive. The only difference is he's got more of a suspect gas tank, but I don't know if this is going to go 3 rounds the way these guys fight. I'm actually going to take Alhassan by round 1 KO. I believe that Buckley's going to come in swinging his wild hooks, and I think he's going to get countered. If he doesn't respect the power of Alhassan, he's going to go to sleep. Or even that head kick, because you've seen that Buckley's susceptible to that because when he throws his punches, he leans his head, man, and that's why he got his head kicked off. He even caught a couple knees against the Beverly Hills Ninja. So give me Razak Alhassan by first round TKO. And I haven't bet that yet. I'm thinking about betting it. I don't know. I think it'd probably be safer, honestly, to go with like a Jim Miller bet. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll have that official bets video out. Fight number, it's going to be fight number 10 is in the men's middleweight division. We got a short notice fight. We got Daukus versus Jamie Pickett. Kyle Daukus was supposed to fight Julian Marquez. Julian Marquez got hurt. Jamie Pickett stepping in on a week notice, and he just fought a couple weeks ago against Ugly Man Joe. I lost money on that. Joe Holmes, the Contender Series guy. So, and he looked pretty good in it. Kyle Daukus is 10-2. He's currently sitting at -220. Jamie Pickett's 13-6. He's currently sitting at -185. Kyle Daukus is good, man. He's got really good cardio. He's got good stand-up. He's got really good clinch. He's got decent wrestling, pretty good wrestling. He's got kind of terrible takedown defense, but he's got really good BJJ, really good sweeps, really good submissions, really good ground and pound, and he's super aggressive. I really do like Kyle Daukus a lot. Jamie Pickett, he's not as high output as Daukus. He's got a decent takedown defense. He looks like he would hit really hard. He's got an 80-inch reach. He's going to have a 4-inch reach advantage here. He looks like he would hit really hard. He's real muscular, but he really don't. But he does throw decent shots. He's got decent clinch work up against the cage. He's got decent wrestling defense. He's got pretty good cardio actually too. You've seen in the Laura Knight's fight and in his last fight against Joe Holmes. I don't know, man. I really don't like Jamie Pickett. I like Kyle Daukus here. I think he's going to be so much more aggressive. I don't know if he's going to be able to land takedowns, but I think he's going to have the better striking, and I don't think he's going to we have to be worried about getting stopped here. And if he can land takedowns, he's going to be able to hold Pickett down. I don't see Pickett could take Daukus down, but I don't think he'd want to do that. I think that you know, that'd be bad for him because Daukus he's constantly throwing elbows, constantly doing stuff, getting sweeps. I seen him sweep Phil Hawes. He had a real good fight with Phil Hawes. In this, man, give me Kyle Daukus by decision. I think it's going to be a pretty good fight. Daukus at -220 looks pretty good. That's who I'm thinking of putting with my parlay. I would like to put either Daukus. I like Daukus and Skelly. I think that'd be a pretty good parlay if there are any good parlays for this. I think them dudes seem pretty safe, especially Pickett being on short notice. You know, he didn't get a full fight camp, and Daukus is on a full fight camp. So yeah, I'm thinking that's the parlay I'm thinking about putting in. I also I'm gonna look at the over 2.5 on this Daukus Pickett fight because Pickett's super durable. Beverly Hills Ninja's the only one that I've ever even seen hurt him, and that was just some crazy elbows out of nowhere. He seemed pretty durable in every other fight. So give me Daukus by decision. I want to look at that over 2.5, and like I said, I can get my hands on them lines on Tuesday night. All right, let's get to the main event. We have Johnny Walker versus Jamahal, the new main event. We got Johnny Walker is 18-6, currently sitting at +195. Jamahal is 19-1, currently sitting at -250. It's gonna be a great fight, man. Johnny Walker's 6'6" with an 82-inch reach. Jamahal is 6'4" with a 79-inch reach. Johnny Walker is crazy explosive. Got crazy explosive with punches. Got crazy knees, crazy elbows, crazy spinning shit, spinning back fists, spinning kicks, everything, man. He's got really powerful leg kicks, really good movement and feints. He's constantly moving and feinting. Just super powerful, super explosive. That worries me in this fight. He can explode and knock somebody out at any time, especially if you just stop. You know, if you lose focus for 1 second against Johnny Walker, he's putting you to sleep. The thing with Johnny Walker, though, is he has a suspect chin. He gets hurt pretty easy. You've seen Corey Anderson knock him out. You've seen he won against Ryan Spann, but he was hurt 3 times. A lot of times, you just seen him get hurt. And then he has a suspect gas tank. I don't know. Now he's training out of SBG Ireland. So his last fight against Thiago Santos, he fought a really slow-paced fight, which I think hurt him because you got to play. If you're more explosive and powerful than anybody, you got to play to that. Even if you might get caught, that's your way to beat these more skilled guys. And I don't know. The last fight was kind of discouraging. You know, I didn't see anything explosive from him. Really good leg kicks. That was about it. Jamahal, on the other hand, he's a good up-and-coming prospect, man. The guys look good in every single one of his fights except against Paul Craig. It showed some poor fight IQ there. But I don't think he's going to have to worry about getting subbed out like that in this fight. He has some of the best boxing that I've seen in definitely the light heavyweight division, but in any division, man. He's really crisp, throws really good jabs. He's really powerful in both hands. You've seen against Jimmy Crute. You've seen him against Ovin St. Preux. A lot of people cannot. He's got super hand speed and he's powerful with both hands, man. He's got really good movement. Gets out of the way, throws that counter right hook. He's got KO power with volume striking, if that makes any sense. Like all of his shots are pretty hard and he's just constantly touching you. And that always leads into the KO. Like, you know, a lot of volume guys ain't getting the KO at the end, but this guy, he can KO you in the middle of his volume striking. If he throws a 5-shot combination, he can KO you with the 3rd shot instead of the 5th. I just really like this dude as an up-and-coming prospect, man. He's got good takedown defense. Because he's the one that really, I mean, I think Paul Craig, either he took Paul Craig down when Paul Craig initiated some type of clinch, or Paul Craig pulled guard. I can't really remember fully. But he should have got up. He had chances to get up, and he stayed in it and got the arm dislocated. But he's got really fast hands, really good body work too, up and going from the body to the head. I really like that. I really like that in this fight. And he hits with such good power, and with the with all the output he's going to put. I really like him in this fight against Johnny Walker. I don't have no bets on him because it's tough to bet this, because if Johnny Walker comes out like the old Johnny Walker, and Jamahal, to be honest, is pretty one-dimensional. Like, he's only really a boxer. He'll throw some leg kicks, he'll throw some head kicks, but it's not really that dangerous for him. Like Johnny Walker throwing leg kicks and head kicks is super dangerous. So I haven't bet this yet. He's currently minus 250 for Jamahal. I want to see if where that line goes and stuff. But for right now, give me Jamahal in a 2nd round TKO or a 1st round TKO. Because like I said, man, Johnny Walker's chin is super suspect. And if Jamahal touches him one time like he did Jimmy Crute or Ovin St. Preux or any of these other guys, he's going to put Johnny Walker down. So give me Jamahal by a 2nd round TKO. And I'll see where the line goes and if I get any bets in. That's it for this card. I'm going to have my official bets video be out like probably by Wednesday. I'll have it out. Like I said, I want to appreciate everybody, man, for supporting my channel. Appreciate everybody, man. My bets so far this week, I have Mario Bautista, 1.95 units to win 1.5 units. Diana Belbita, 1.9 units to win 1.5 units. And like I said, I'm definitely betting David Oyama 100%. Get his bets in on him while you can, while it's still low. He's gonna be minus like 220 by the time. He was 125 the other day, and now he's minus 160. So that hurts. But yeah, man. Thank you. Everybody everybody subscribe, please. Check out my video on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'm thinking about doing some live shows coming up too on like this Friday. Sometimes I have to do them on like Saturday because I work Monday through Friday night. So every Friday night I gotta leave by like 8:45, but I try to do one earlier. Been talking with my buddy Johnny K Picks maybe about doing one. You can catch me. I did a live show with Capper Comparisons. Appreciate you, Rhymes, too, for having me on there. I had a great time the other night on Friday night breaking down the fights. And yeah, man, 7-1 last week for plus 7.8 units, plus 40 units so far since I've been making these bets, 63 and 33. So please like and subscribe, man. All right, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Enjoy your Super Bowl. Everybody be safe. Have a fun night, man.